Oh, hey, they changed something. There was a voice. Recording in progress. I thought somebody was saying something. It's a computer voice. Okay, hello. This is it. This is it. And that's so strange to say because that's a bit strange, a bit odd. Because, of course, this is it. There's nothing other than this. There's just this. And this is everything. So it's very obvious that there's no need for learning this because it's already happening by itself. So this is a meeting. This is a pointless meeting because there's no need to learn this because it's already happening by itself. So no need to listen to this, no need to understand this. It's just pointless. And that's also the joy, that there's no need to learn, no need to understand anything, because that what is happening, apparently, it's just what is. It's already complete. There's no need to do it better. There's no need to find a way. And that's what the me does. That's the me. It's always looking for something, a way of living, a way of doing, a way of understanding. Of course, there is no me, but there's some structure, some search, you could say, some energy, who's looking for something, who's very convinced that there's something not right yet, there's something wrong, and there needs to be done something, and then it will be there. So a lot of people also in the meetings about non-duality are looking for no me, because that's the
I think there is an unstable internet connection, Rosewine.
Now you're you're muted now.
I'm muted. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Oh, I saw. Yeah, I was muted. They did it because. Oh, thank you. So now, yeah, because I was muted, so nobody did understand it, hear me. I thought it was the internet. Okay, thank you. I'm there already. Oh God. So it's working. I think it's working.
Yeah, it's good now.
Oh, okay. And my whole story, I was in a good story, and now it's just vanished. God, I have to start again. The starting is always the difficult one, and I was in it, and now I have to start again. God. little bit, I'm a little bit just trembling. Okay. Strange thing to happen. There's just this. That's very strange. No internet is no internet. So no picture is no picture. Nothing is happening. That's very strange because it seems like, oh my God, everything is going wrong. Doesn't matter. Nothing matters because there's no point in this meeting at all. That's the strange thing. Every 2 weeks, I'm sitting here, we are sitting here with all people meeting in a meeting without any point, without any meaning. I mean, just sitting here. That's, in a normal word, it's very strange because everything has a meaning. Everything is very going to a goal. Normally, there's always a goal. I can just make it up. We make up everything else. That's what she's saying. Yeah, I just can say anything. It doesn't matter. You can talk about anything. And maybe there's talking about non-duality, but maybe there's something else happening. It doesn't matter because it's everything. And that's the joy. It can't be wrong. It can't be right. It's just everything. That's the amazing. That's just unconditional love. And we are so into love that's making someone happy or feeling happy yourself. This is not about feeling happy or feeling anything. It's about everything. Everything is it. And there's no need to look at yourself. There's no need to work about anything. That's what is happening. The thoughts coming and going. It seems like maybe your life, then it's thinking, oh, in the morning, oh, I'm still there and I'm still feeling it's my life. Then there are those thoughts thinking, oh, this is my life. That's just thoughting, this is my life. That's it. It doesn't mean you're there. There is no me. There's never me. It's just empty. Everything is empty. There's even no real body. The body is just apparent. So it seems like it's there and it's solid, but it's just an apparent energy who seems to be very real, like buildings and events and other people. But it's just apparent. And everything is just energy. So it seems like it has meaning. That's what we have learned, that everything has a meaning or everything has a name, and it's very important to know because then your life will be a lot better. There's no your life. There's just life in some way or another. And it doesn't have any meaning at all. Wow, that's crazy. So when there's no me, there's just the characters blossoming. There's no need to do it in a certain way. There's no need for certain behavior because it's everything. It's just everything. And it's not about a concept. It's not about knowing there's no one or very clear about this is just what is happening. The funny thing is there's no knowing. There's only not knowing, and not knowing is not with capitals, not knowing, because that's a lot of times all these words seems to be something, and when Rose is talking, then that's very important. It has nothing to do with Rose. There's just words coming out, and that's it. Nothing more important than anything else. So that's the crazy part. Nothing needs to happen. It's already what's going on. It's the face laughing. It's just moving the hand. That's it. That's already what's happening. That's this. So this is already there, of course. It's the only thing there is, apparently. That's the joy. That's the paradise. We're already in paradise. There is only paradise. But the paradise is not only feeling good, it's everything. That's it. So maybe there's some people wanting to say something about this, or maybe there are questions. We can talk about that. Or there's just silence, can also be like that. So if you want to say something, you can unmute yourself just by that microphone. Or not, you don't say anything. That's all right, of course, too.
Hi, Rose. Good morning.
Good morning. One moment. John, I think I'm not spotlighted. Okay, yeah, go on.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, LG, you want to say something? LG. Oh God, I'm
Yes,
seeing.
you are spotlighted now.
Yeah, I was seeing myself, only myself. Oh my God. Okay. Okay, who was LG? Just go.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, good. So there is this sense that it is indeed very ordinary, whatever is going on, thoughts or not feeling anything spectacular, as it's not about experience.
Yeah.
And that's very relaxing in a way. I can't really describe it, but
Yeah.
I don't. What is then this talk about love or the wow, or I don't, there is no, I have no resonance with that. Like, I don't know what that even means.
Yeah. But love is not the way that we are normally talking about in personal love, like loving someone or something like that. It's unconditional love, and that's not a feeling. It's, I can't say how it is. It's just, you can also say it's joy in a way, but it's, everything is love. Yeah, I can't explain it. It's just everything is just love, or life, or aliveness, or silence, or maybe everybody calls it differently. Yeah. And the wow is, that can be there, but it's not that big. It's just subtle. And it's not all the time wow, but it can be subtle, like, it's just amazing. It's just, life is just, it's just, and it's not about big things, but it's, it can be also like suddenly seeing a finger and, oh God, what's this? It's that finger. It's just, I don't know why, it can be there. It's just like that. But it's not wow all the time. No, I don't feel that. Can be. But the love is just, but it's not. Yeah, you can't describe it. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Then it's called differently. Then when it's subtle and it's normal, and it's, that's the same thing. But in a way, it's just like, No, I can't describe. I don't know how to say it. But it's not the love we normally talk about, like romantic thing. Or no, it's not a feeling. It's overwhelming in a way. Good selves. But then that's some tricky, because then the me or you or anyone says, "Oh, I don't feel that," but that doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with having that experience or feeling that what is talked about, because that's can be so different. It doesn't matter. Maybe you talk it. You say silence or freedom, can be like that.
Freedom, because there is no need anymore to improve or get anywhere or
Yeah.
understand anything.
Yeah.
That is, you could call that assertive freedom. Yeah.
Yeah.
There is no
But that
longer this.
freedom, that's just amazing. Can be, sometimes you can think, oh, it's just, but then you go, that's freedom. It's that you can call it freedom, and at the same time, it's also love. I don't know how that's just like that. So
And can it also be that you don't even notice that? Like you don't even I don't know.
Yeah. You don't have a name for it. No, of course. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't have a name. That's what we do. What's coming in these meetings when we're talking about this, maybe. Normally there's no name for what's going on. Doesn't need to be.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. So you can also say life is happening by itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. And we are thinking we are doing it. No. Or we have to make it happen, or what is our goal? What do I want? All those things. Yeah, think about that. Well, it has nothing to do with life. Life, that's life too, of course, but life is just happening by itself. So there's no need for wanting or pointing out or looking for it. That's the dream. You don't need to be clear or clever. there's so many things in the story we think we have to do, or to learn that, to learn to say no, or learn to be more responsible, or all those abstracting what is. It's only abstracting what is. There's coming a story with it, and we think in that story there's something to do, or there's something not right yet. But that's just a dream there, and then life is just happening by itself. It's just already what's happening. But it seems like, oh, the story seems so important.
Yeah, sometimes I think I have to be less responsible.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the other one. That's the new one. Yeah, the mind is so clever. It's can be very subtle, and then there's still something to do. There's always looking for something to do, because it can't hear this is it already. That's too simple in a way.
Thank you.
Mm.
Hello.
Hello.
And
Hi,
hello,
Max.
I go to many meetings like this, so I recognize some faces here, but this is the first time at your meeting.
Okay, thank you. Hello, great to see you.
So, yeah, and I don't really have a question, but getting to, to used to your particular way of speaking, and when you were speaking with LJ, maybe his name was, you said, there is a subtle wow, you said.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and it is easy to receive that as an experience. So another way of experiencing life, oh, there's this, even if it's a subtle wow, this still can sound like an experience. So maybe you can clarify a little bit around this.
Yeah, when there's a feeling of there's someone, there will always be hearing everything as an experience, or maybe as that I know that me or somebody else knows it, or what, and there's something she has or somebody else, and I've not. It's always about comparing also. And then suddenly feeling like, oh, there's she talking about that. I don't feel that. Oh, I don't have that the same. So it's still like, oh, there's still something missing, because there's always looking for something, because there's this, yeah, and I think it's embodied also. It's so embodied sense of there's something not right yet, or something missing, or something has to be done, or something wrong. And it's looking for another experience, for to feel it, or to maybe to know it, that I really, that or that suddenly it will be clear, waiting for that moment, or waiting for an experience like, oh, there's a moment, and then, or maybe she's saying, wow, oh, I don't have that all day, or I don't have that not at all. So, waiting for that moment. And that's the me looking, or that's a search. That's always a search, and it can't hear. And it when there's talking about wow, but forget it. When there's no wow, then there's no wow. That it doesn't. It's not about wow. This is not about wow. This is about this. This is more neutral, and this is just what's going on, what's happening. Maybe there's listening, or there's moving the hand, or very, very, very simple. And that's it. There's no big event, or it has nothing to do with events or a feeling or knowing or anything. It's already what is happening. So in that sense, there's nothing changing, because that what's happening, it's always there, because they're moving a hand will be always there, or anything else. Because it's that simple. It's not a special thing, or it's so ordinary, and it's just what already is going on. And when there are thoughts, there's life thoughting. And when there's a feeling or an idea or thoughts about there's someone here, then there are thoughts about that. And when there's feeling like, oh, there's still a meaning, then there's a feeling or a thought, there's still a meaning. So it can't be not it. But in the awful thing is, when there's the story, there's a feeling of, I don't get that, or something like that. And then, there's still something going on. It's like talking in two worlds. Like, one is like, you can't even say how it is. And then the other thing is like looking for it and thinking like, oh, there's something, I want to hear it, I want to understand, and everything, maybe it's not about understanding, but it's about something. No, it's not about something, because it's everything. So it can't be something, it's everything. It's just, and everything is just really everything. It's not with a capital or something, it's just the normal everything. So breathing in a certain way, or moving the hand, sipping. It's just that. And we are so good in making story of everything. But when there's making a story of it, then that's that. When there's no wow, or sometimes there's some wow, and that's what's happening, then that's it.
Because, yeah, I bring this up because maybe this is also what LJ was meaning, that it seems to me now that even saying there is a subtle wow is saying a little too much. Would you agree? Because that seems also like a story or like an experience. That is the essence of the question.
Yeah.
So,
It seems like a
do you agree like that?
Yeah. Okay, that's what is heard like that. Oh yeah, and yeah, but it's not. Oh God, yeah, that can't be heard. Yeah, that can be heard like a story, because then there's something going on, like something special or something like that.
Special or not special, well, it's
Yeah.
you said sometimes there is no wow, then it seems like there can be a wow or not a wow. So sometimes the wow is happening and sometimes not. That sounds like any other story to me when I hear it.
Yeah, but that's this is not talking about the story. When there's wow, then there's suddenly like that. Can be there. It's just what's happening, but not significant or important. That can be there, but that's describing what's going on. But it doesn't mean that you need to have that to know that there's no me, or some, all those kind of things. It's just, what's happening. When there's someone, there's so many times there's a feeling like that's something. When there's a wow, there's something going on, or that has to be like that. Or the joy, there's joy. It's just life, it's just joy. It's just joy. And it's overlaid by so many beliefs and so many words and thinking like, oh, I have to do it. And then suddenly there's such, but it's all the time, it's like shouting, like, oh, I'm here, in a way. It's also, that's that's the story, but it's like, it's so strong, and it's overlaid by so many, it's looking for it. It's just looking for it. And the looking is it. That's, but yeah. And suddenly it's just like, oh, of course. And that's it. And then maybe it's gone again. That's also what can happen. That can be a glimpse like, oh, God. But it's so normal, and then it's just overlaid by everything is so used to look at it and have, why that you say, consciousness and looking at yourself or looking at everything. And suddenly it's, for a moment, it's just not there. But then it seems, and that's the awful thing, like talking in story, it seems like something is happening or there's something going on in the story. It never is. There is never a story. But when there's someone, it seems like there's always a story.
Yeah, I get what you're saying now. I'm just, trying to calibrate so I can get, understand your the inside of the way you're speaking, because in the beginning everybody has their own way of speaking about this. So but I'm getting to become an expert now because I have listened to so many.
Oh, you're an expert. You're comparing with me.
No,
God.
I'm not.
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
I'm just telling you that you need to calibrate, because if you take someone's words meaning the same as someone else's words, then it will be confused. Then it will be misleading.
Yeah, there's something else going on. It's not about the words. It's something else going on. That's what can be heard.
May I have another question, a more superficial question, but because I know also I see from your website you are speaking about this in at least 3 languages now. And would you like to comment on that? Is it different somehow, or because one is your mother tongue and the others are kind of learned equipment?
No, I don't know if it's different. Maybe it's different. No, it's sometimes looking for words then when it's not my own language, but in English I'm very used to speak. So then when I'm speaking it very much, then it's becoming more easy. So that's the English part. And the French part, the first time it was like, oh my God. And then, but when the speaking is coming, I was, for a long time ago, I was living in France. So it comes back, and then suddenly it's just there, and there's no thinking. Yeah, I don't know if it's different. No, it's not really different. One moment. It's my microphone in my ear. Yeah. But it's very difficult to remember what it was like when I was speaking French, and then comparing it with now. It's very difficult to compare because I can't remember so well what was going on that day. So
no, it was me misunderstanding, because I didn't know that you actually lived in France. I thought maybe you only struggled to learn some French and then try to speak, because that would be a different thing, I think.
Yeah, okay. No. It was, but when I was young, it was then. So in a way, it's just coming back.
I see.
That's the funny thing. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I leave the space for someone else.
Thank you. Yeah. the funny thing is also that when there's then that me, then when that's so, it's not there anymore, or yeah, no me, there's, it's strange. I don't know how to say it, but then that whole structure about wanting to change something is not arising anymore. You can better say that. What's also falling away is trying to behave. That's not, sometimes it's not noticed. It can be there for a long time even, and then suddenly it's not there anymore. And that's also the freedom, just trying to behave, or nothing is going on anymore about that. Wow. Hello.
Waking up and listening. There are 4 baby robins outside.
I can't hear you very good.
Robins outside my door. Can you hear?
No, not yet. No, a little bit better, but not
Can you hear
really
now?
right. Yeah,
Can you
yeah,
hear?
yeah.
There's 4 baby robins outside my door. And just watching them, the mother feeding them, and they don't have, started to see. And I'm just imagining a child that is born and developing a self. You know, the robin just, she's so beautiful. There's nothing there. They just want worms. They just want to eat.
Yeah,
The mother feeds them.
yeah.
Yeah. And just
We are
imagine.
like animals. Yeah, we are
Yeah,
the same.
exactly.
But it's the other thing. The thing on top of it is that we have some brains that can abstract,
Exactly.
but it doesn't. That hasn't anything to do with what's going on, and we think it is. It happened. It's because of us things are happening. God,
Seems
that's,
to.
yeah, that seems like that. Yeah.
Just imagining that you have the Rose that was there is going back to the innocence of a child. There's nothing there. Not that
But there's already everywhere innocence. The only
It's
thing there is thinking or believing or embodied belief that it's not. But there is only innocence. I can't. It's just life. It's not by that you are doing something or did something good or wrong. No, it's already innocence.
It's just this idea that when you're a child, and to the human mind, there's someone there that hasn't done anything wrong yet. That type of innocence. Whereas that's a misunderstanding of that innocence.
Yeah.
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 Innocence meaning there's just nothing there. I don't even know how to talk about it.
Yeah, and then you can't even say how it is, but that's doesn't need to. But it's just everything is empty. There's nothing inside the body. The body isn't real, but it's even nothing inside. It's imagined, but it's so embodied and so believed and normal.
So many stories around the body.
Yeah. Mm.
Just in your sense of whatever's seemingly happened to you, there's no more story.
No, there's no past. There's no past, but it's just there's never a past. It's not only for Rose. It's very obvious there's never a past, but we are so that there can be a remembering, but that's just this. There can be remembering, and then that's it. without any meaning or so. Some images are coming or some events like that. Or there's something going on in the story, and then there's a remembering of something, and then we connect. We think, oh, that's related. Nothing is related. That's just doing that we are that those events are related. No. There's only innocence. There's only innocence. There's no one. There's not only here, but it's over there with Carol. It's just there's no one. It's just innocence. It's just when there's talking like that, that's just coming. It's just not real. It's not yours. It's just like that. It's just life. Talking.
Just
Already. It's
remembering.
nothing talking. I don't say something like that.
I'm just remembering so many years of thinking I needed to undo something to stop being a me, to stop or to fix the me. Even worse. Even worse. Yeah. It's so obvious. And yet, every day is in the human life. Yeah. It's a constant reinforcement of a me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's such an embodied belief. It's so strong.
Yeah. Yeah. So amazing. And nothing to do. Nothing can be done.
Nothing has ever been done. It's just
weird.
life. It's just life. And it's just only this. That's very strange that there's no past, there's no after. There's just only this. So there are no relations before and after. So it's just innocence, just what's happening, that's it. Very neutral. Wow, that's wow. I think it's just God. It's wow.
So whenever I hear someone talking about the word non-duality, and there's a lot of confusion around that idea.
Yeah, sure.
I heard the word for 20, 30 years, and it was only in the last 4 or 5 years I had a new take on it, or it's not really new, it's just I finally got what it was saying, and there's so much talk to whether people call themselves teachers or not, where they're talking to these me's, that they can do something to start having a no me. Yeah, it's so weird. And my mind goes, well, what? There's something. If there's something not me there, or there's something that's me there, then how can there be something that can do something to change reality? Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a huge belief by a lot
So
of
huge.
most people.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's very strong to have a feeling that you can do something about your life, because there's a feeling of it's not right or there's something wrong. So that's when then there's a feeling or a belief like I can do something about that. That's huge. You don't want to lose that control. Whoa, that's very strong. Of course.
And then there's a sense that there's only this, and there's a world that seems to exist that believes it's real, and every day reinforces it, and is not even aware, and it doesn't matter. But it's only an experience that humans seem to have of that there's a real life that I can change and I can make better or worse. and no, and someone in that paradigm lives with the idea that there's something that needs to be done.
Yeah.
It's so strange.
Mm.
And I'm sure everyone in this group has some story about why they're so curious.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm.
And why else would we be here to?
But you don't know. I don't know.
No,
Talk.
no.
You can only talk for yourself. But you don't know
Yeah.
what's going
Yeah,
on.
exactly.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Thank you for sharing, Rose.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. Mm. I saw also a chat coming. How can anything be embodied if there's no real body and no time and cause and effect? Yeah. It's talking in the story. In the story, it's embodied. So then that's very deeply embodied in that sense. And of course, there's no story, there's no body, there's no embodied in that sense, because there's only this. But what's going on, I don't know how that happens, but there's saying there's only this, and there's also talking in the story, explaining how things work, or how they describing how that works. I don't know. So in the story, that there's an embodied belief, but of course there's no body. There's only just this, and there's even only apparently this. So nothing is going on. Yeah. It's more describing about how deeply embodied that belief is. It's not only in the mind of that you think about things and then you can undo that, something like that. There's nothing, it's just deeply, yeah. And it's a strange thing, because you're right. It's, of course, there's no body and there's no embodied. It's something, of course. Yeah. But they're still talking about that in the story. And there's no story. So there's both. That's strange. There's talking in the story and they're saying there's no story. There's nothing going on. So that's strange that there's both, because it's not about there's only nothing. There's nothing and everything, apparently. So we're also talking about everything, apparently. So this is not logical. This can't be understood. This is so weird, like talking in a story and then saying there's nothing going on, and that you think, come on, what is this? There's something underneath, or something, some energy, some energetic something going on. It's not only in the words. No, it's something else going on.
Rose.
Hi, Orna. Hi.
I
Hello.
thought maybe when you say it's so embodied, maybe you mean that it seems so real and so solid that it can't be imagined not being real and solid.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that it's not just an idea.
Mm.
It's not just an idea that there is a story and that there is a me. It just feels completely 100% real.
Yeah.
So
That's
maybe
Yeah.
the embodiment, that's what it is. That it feels like solid, completely real.
And every experience that confirms that, so it's getting stronger
Yeah.
and stronger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like have a sense that of everything like new? Everything is new. Like you know, how you said before. Sometimes you see the finger and oh, what is this? You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that's weird. This
Yeah, that's
like
weird, but that's
it's dementia or something. You know, that's
yeah. But sometimes it's like that. That God, it's just
yeah.
yeah.
I know. I understand what you're saying. So you have a sense that things are new.
It's always new, but it's not thinking all day like, oh, this is also new. Oh, this is no, it's not like that. It's just new. It's new, yeah. It's just new. There's nothing before. It's very strange because that my husband can tell you that when I'm doing something and then it's just coming something else, and then he's asking about that was happening before, and he said, did you do that? And I was like, I don't know, I can't remember. Oh my God. We're joking about like, oh my God, what is going on? There's some health issues there.
You said that disembodied.
Yeah, it's so amazing that it's just gone, and sometimes there's also remembering very well. So that's so different. Can be so different.
Yeah, and
so
still
you
like
go to the toilet, and then you go to the toilet, and then then after 5 minutes, I think I have to go. Did I go to the toilet? I really, maybe you have that, I don't know, but it's amazing. We laugh a lot about that because it's winning a game. And he said, I was winning the game. And I was like, oh yeah. And he was like, no. Oh, I just completely forgot. But yeah, why not? And in that game, I'm really like, oh, want to win. It's just vanished. Yeah.
But so you're always on time on the Zoom meeting. Does your husband remind you?
Yeah, I have some in my telephone. I have something.
Okay,
don't say it.
Yeah.
Can be like that, but that's just a normal thing. Maybe other people have that. I don't know.
But do you find like thinking, oh, tomorrow morning I'm going to have a Zoom meeting, or tomorrow morning I'm going shopping, or tomorrow I'm doing, do you have these thoughts
that
as
can
well?
be there. That can be there, but then that can be a thought like that, and then it's vanished, and it's not.
Yeah, okay.
It's just nothing
It's
going
not a
on about
continuous.
anything then.
Yeah.
No.
It's not a
It
continuous.
can be there. Yeah, it's just a thought like
Rises.
that, and then it's gone, and then there's nothing going on about tomorrow then.
Yeah, it arises and it's not a continuous thing.
No, there's nothing, and that was in the beginning when this happened, and you could say, and then in the beginning, I wasn't used to it. Used to it. It's something like that. You could say that. It's not really like that, but in the beginning, then I was used to, when there was a feeling, I was used to pick it up and doing something with it. So I was feeling there came some stress, and I was like, oh God, what is going on? And I was trying to do the thinking what I was normally doing. And it didn't happen, but it wasn't noticed, because that's also not there. But I didn't know there was no consciousness or something like that. I didn't know that. So it wasn't just not. So I thought, and the next time it was just left, and it started again, but it wasn't going on. But it wasn't noticed. So it took some time till there was something like, oh, nothing is picking it up. But in the beginning, nothing was clear about that, because it wasn't noticed. That's very strange. You're so used, and so it's so normal that you know that you can look at yourself and do something with that, and it just can't. It's not that I don't do that. It's just vanished, and nothing is going on. And it's even stronger now, I think. And it's just when they're trying to process something, then they're thinking like, oh, there was somebody saying to me, oh, that's not good what you're doing, something like, I don't know, I don't even remember what it was, but I thought, what did I do? And I was trying to, and it just not functioned. It didn't work. It didn't come. That's very strange, but it doesn't matter, but I forgot. But that's strange. It doesn't work anymore.
Weird, isn't it? It's very weird.
But it's also very normal. The funny thing is, you get used to it, and it's not even special or something. It's just normal. And other people think that I'm doing that still, and then there's nothing saying about it. But how can you say how you do your life? I can't say how I do things. No, I don't know. It's just like that. And so people do a lot of things, a lot of times, or friends, or maybe other people, so that they think I'm doing this in a certain way, or thinking that. And I can't say I can only say it's not, but I can't explain it. A lot of times. So so they don't believe me. Okay, then that's like that.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks. That's the strange thing of this. This is not about knowing or being very clear. It's just what is happening. So it's not a way of living. It's not, I'm not doing this anymore, or this is not happening anymore. I don't know. It can be anything. It can be remembering or not remembering. It can be talking in the story, or nothing, saying nothing, or being very assertive, or saying nothing, or it can be anything. And maybe there are characteristics in that, but even that, I don't know if that's gonna happen. So there can be like a fiery person, or maybe more quiet, and maybe this more fiery. And that, but it's not always like that. So it can be different also. And it's not about Rose is in a certain way. There is no Rose. And that's very funny, because it's also very free. There's no Rose, there's just what's happening. There's no past of Rose, and there can be a remembering of a past and talking with people about it. And there can be talking about anything, about water, drinking water. And the only thing is, there's nothing going on about there's something wrong. That's just what's happening. And that's not like I'm not doing it. It's just, there's no one. There's just like that. So there's not like, there can be a deeper, there can be a deeper embodiment or less deeper. But it's just very, very simple, and just this. And this has nothing to do with Rose. It's just this. Nothing has anything to do with you, because there is no one. It's not realizing there's no one. It's just, there is no one. And it's very obvious and very simple, very normal. It's already just this, just moving the hand. It's already the lying on the bed. It's already the sitting on the chair. And when there's a story, there seems to be a story, then there seems to be a story. So what? It's everything. It's already everything. That's the joy. That's the freedom. Okay, thank you for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hmm.
Thank you.